I don't give a anymore, anymore, anymore. Yeah.
I don't know that song. All right, I am here with the fabulous Joy Behar and her seashell necklace.
What am I?
You're wearing a seashell necklace.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, this is a new thing, I was told.
Yeah, I feel like you could use like a superhero that can command the ocean life or something. I don't know what's happening there, but I like it. All right. Welcome back to Behind the Table.
Yeah.
It was a fun show today. We had a day of hot topics, off requested by the fans. They like a day of hot topics. Do you like a day of hot topics?
Depends on what they are.
Right, and it's always
I'm really tired of talking about the war.
No, of course, and it's only been 2
I
weeks.
have nothing more to add.
No, you were very funny today talking.
I never have that much to say about international things.
International affairs, except your own.
Except the ones I've had.
Yes.
Right.
Well, you can always pivot to that. One thing that made it fun, I think, is we have another comedian at the table.
Yeah, that was fun. She's very funny.
Yeah, Cheryl's great.
Yeah,
and you were very funny today because we somehow sideways ended up talking about the drama on the talk before it was ended.
Right.
You seem to, you got a big laugh mentioning the fact that the talk was canceled. And it got me thinking, as somebody who was at The View, which is, of course, the template for shows like The Talk.
Right.
And The Talk was very successful for a very long time.
It was? How long?
It was on the air for 14, 15 years, I think.
It was?
Oh, yeah. It was on for a really long time.
Well, because it was copying our show.
Yes. So I was going to say, you seem to enjoy kind of mentioning the fact that it wasn't here anymore.
It's a funny line for me.
Yes.
She's talking about God in The Talk, and I...
It was on for 15 seasons.
Okay, well, good. Good for that. But it didn't, and we're still on, and it's off.
Do you remember when it first came on? Was there any consternation here behind the scenes
when
where
it
people
came on, and we're like, they're copying our show.
Yeah. Was Barbara concerned? Was she fine? Was it?
I don't remember.
No?
But maybe. But, she copied this show from something, too.
Yeah, there are no new ideas.
There were two shows that were on the air back in the day.
Right.
One was called The Virginia Graham Show, and the other one was called Not for Women Only.
Right.
And it was women talking, basically. But then she enhanced it with different generations, different backgrounds, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So... it never was a political show.
No.
Ever. It was just different perspectives.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly it's morphed into whatever this is now. But it's funny because, you're right. It's oft imitated. We talked about Loose Women in London and
I don't know, when did Loose Women come on?
Somewhere in the middle there. But there's only a few shows that have actually been very successful that were based on our show. And I think The Talk was one of them. And The Real also did very well.
Oh, The Real. And then Loose Women, if in case.
Loose Women. I think
when
those
I go
are
to
the
London to do my show, My First Ex-Husband, which I'm going to be doing in June.
Yes.
I'm going to make an appearance, I think, on Loose Women so I can promote the show.
That's exciting.
That'll be interesting to see how I do there with all those British women around me.
The one thing they do, I think they have like a very large cast and they constantly bring people in and out of it.
Oh, that's
so
good.
They have like 30 people on retainer and they just keep, it's your dream job. Yeah, you just pop in every
I like that.
yeah. There was one season of The View where we had
the
many,
Angels.
you called them the Angels. We had many correspondents. It was my first season when I started and there were 6 or 7 regular hosts and then there were like 7 or 8. Anna Navarro was one of them. Yeah. Where they would just come in and drop in as needed. But turns
Anna
out
was one of the Angels.
Anna was one of the Angels.
Yeah, but she got her wings.
Yes. She did indeed. All right. Well, you just said you had nothing else to say about Iran, but on the show today, you said something that I think was very relatable. You said you feel helpless waking up every day with new chaos. Tell me about that. I mean,
I feel like I'm very, very just depressed and upset about what this administration is doing around the world. It's all destructive. There's nothing constructive about it.
Well, there are good things here. I mean, the idea that the Ayatollah was a horrible person. So theoretically...
There are horrible people all over the world. You notice he's not going after Putin. He's not going after Kim Jong-un.
No.
He's not going after Orban. He's going after that country. Why? Maybe it's because they have oil there. I'm not sure.
Well, this relates to something that Judd Apatow said recently, something I wanted your opinion on. He said that he thinks Trump has made it harder to do comedy. I know you find it harder, although, like I said, you were very funny today. But you on these, big issues to make jokes about it. He said it's very difficult and so cruel that there's not a lot of humor in it. Indeed, sometimes I think things have become so serious that maybe it's a moment for us to not joke about it and instead have a bit more energy to fight for our values. What do you think about that?
Well, I think there is a certain seriousness that's going on right now. But you know what it reminds me of? I was a comedian during the George Bush years and the Obama years.
Yes.
And during the George Bush years, I had a lot of material and I got a lot of laughs off of George Bush. Why? Because even though I disagreed with George Bush and I think that what he was doing was crazy, I never was afraid that he was going to stifle me or stop me or call me and send me to prison or something for what I was saying.
Right.
This guy is different from that. And this is squelching free speech with comedians. We've seen it with the way he tried to do Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel. He's trying to stop free speech, and that is the death knell to comedy. Then when Obama came in, it was nice. There was nothing to make fun of. Things were going well for 8 years. We didn't have to. We could talk about our husbands again. We could talk about our mothers-in-law, and now it's serious again. But it's too serious now.
Are there things that you don't feel lend themselves to comedy? I remember, I'm a big fan of late night television.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a lot of people talked about this after the OJ trial. Letterman would never make OJ jokes. He didn't think it was appropriate. He didn't think it was okay.
Because there was deaf people.
Right. But Jay Leno made OJ jokes every night. He had the dancing Itos come out, Judge Itos and things like that.
Yeah,
and
but he was making fun of Judge Ito.
Yes.
So you can make fun
dance
of
around
that.
it.
You can make fun of the perpetrators.
Right.
You can't really make fun of the victims.
No, you can't. But you can find, in your mind, you can kind of poke around and find funny things around dark situations.
Yeah, of course. But there's nothing. I find death to be a very good topic for comedy.
I think so too.
When I write about plays, I often write about death.
Yeah, and for me, laughing about things that are dark is a release. I find gallows humor to be something
It helps people.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, they would take me to constantly take me to wakes.
to do a tight 10 minutes? What were you doing?
Well, they'd say I was a child, and
Yes.
they'd say things around the coffin, and then when we get back to the house and we have pizza, I would imitate them. They say, "Oh, he looks so good." I don't think he looked that good. Or they'd say he looks just like himself. He was a faccia bruta yesterday. Now he's going to look like Tom Cruise. So
They do good work,
it was
those
my
people.
job. The New York Times called me a compulsive mood lightener.
Yes, you are.
And I don't know why the word compulsive is in there,
No.
but whatever.
You can't stop yourself.
But that's from my childhood.
I like that. We had Viola Davis and James Patterson on the show with us yesterday.
I watched
Unfortunately,
it.
you weren't there. You watched.
Yeah.
Thank you. They've written a novel together. Viola was talking about her life and said that even without all the awards that she's won, she now knows that she is enough. Her personally is enough.
I saw that.
It sort of goes back to that imposter syndrome idea we've talked about.
What does she mean, though, by she's enough of what?
She doesn't have anything to prove to anybody.
Oh.
She is content. She is happy with what she is.
I don't give a anymore, anymore, anymore. Yeah.
I don't know that song. But we've...
Do you know that song?
Does anybody know that
Enzo.
song?
I don't give a anymore. Go ahead.
But imposter syndrome is something that, I feel like there are very few people that don't suffer from it. I don't know that you suffer from it.
No.
No, you don't.
No, it's like, this is who it is. This
Yeah.
is me.
But someone who
I think it's got to do with they're going to find out that I'm not that good, that
Right.
I'm not that talented.
and you don't have those doubts about yourself.
I do. I always had doubts about whether I was good enough to be in the business. Listen, it took me till I was 40 to do it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay,
But,
so you understand it a little bit.
But I don't have. I don't think that I'm a fake.
But the innate
I
confidence.
personally, maybe I had confidence issues.
And where did that come from? From being told you were so funny at the
They
wakes?
told me everything they set me up to be in the business, and they said you were funny, you can sing, you're cute, you can do everything. They gave me but an agent.
Mm-hmm.
They never gave me an agent.
There you go.
So I never knew how to do it. I didn't have I needed a mentor.
I just got an agent for my kid. So there you go.
Yeah, see?
It'll all work out. It's funny. You mentioned before that you were watching the show yesterday, and I was talking to, I guess it was Sarah about this yesterday.
Yeah.
About who watches the show when they're not here and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Alyssa's been watching from maternity
she
leave
has?
every single day.
I miss Alyssa.
I miss Alyssa too.
I want to see that baby.
I know. I don't think it'll be too long. I think she'll be back before we
Okay.
know it.
Yeah.
But the fact is that Alyssa is loving the show from home, and she's like, it's such a different show when you're watching it on television.
Yeah,
You
I
see all
know.
the other pieces of it. You see the promos and
Yeah.
the open and things like that. Do you find that? Because I mostly get critiques from you. She's
No,
just
I could
raving
give you notes every time I watch
every
it.
single time.
But
Why'd you pick that topic? What are they saying? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
The sin is boring. If
Yes.
it's boring, that's the cardinal sin.
Well, it's
I
always
can't.
going to be a little more boring if you're not there. We know that. That's
Well, you're
yeah.
kidding. You're just stroking me now.
Yes, a little bit.
You're like Marco Rubio to Donald Trump right now.
Really? That's who I am. Sorry, someone wrote in for some advice.
All right.
Someone wrote in and asked, Joy, I have a friend that acts out when he drinks too much. We have friends
He
like
drinks
this.
too much.
Yeah, and then he acts out when he does. And when he does, he never apologizes.
Oh.
How do you deal with someone who can't apologize for their bad behavior? I asked Joy Behar.
Well, I'm not sure about the drinking. I don't know.
No.
I'm not from the drunkers or any of that.
Yeah.
But they do loose tongues, and sink ships, as they say.
Do you feel like you need an apology? Do you feel like do you appreciate an apology, or is it just forget it? I don't need it. Move on.
I don't really require it.
No, you're not a big apologizer. Let's be honest.
I know it's like it's just words.
Yeah.
People say things, they forget, they move on.
The closest thing I get from an apology from you for something is,
Yeah.
Are you still mad at me? That's what I get from you. You're still mad at me?
But I never think I should apologize.
No, I understand.
to you for what do I do that's so wrong?
I mean, we don't have to get into it here, but
What like what?
we'll talk about it in couples therapy. You give me a hard time, but it's okay.
I do, but that's not require an apology. That requires that you tell me just stop giving me a hard time.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's not going to happen. I'm
No.
going to always say what I say.
I know.
And yet you can't let me go.
I know. I need you. I need you. All right. Steve Carell was talking about adult kids in an interview, his adult kids.
Oh, that he misses them. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
he said that he had to change the way he parented as they got older. He said it's a balancing act to be their dad, but now waiting for them to ask advice instead of just telling them what I think they should do.
Oh.
Did you go through that with Eve as she became an adult?
Yeah, once in a while. Last week I did a little psychodrama with her.
Oh,
But she wasn't even aware I was doing it, though. Like we were sitting around talking, and
Covert
she
psychodrama.
brings up a topic about somebody who she can't deal with.
right.
And I said, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. I said, I'll be her for a second. Talk to me. She talked to me. I said, okay, now you be her. And we did a little reverse roles. And I think it helped her a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But she was not one to come to me with issues. My daughter, I have to give it to her. That kid was smarter than me. Like if there was a friend that I thought would be great for her, she would be like, nah, I don't think so. And then you find out that they were bots, and she knew it.
She could read people. She knew it.
reads it. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
good that way.
Did you give a lot of unsolicited advice? Did she chafe at that at all?
Yeah, if I try, but
Yeah.
they don't pay attention.
I still get it from my mother and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I get
Yeah, you want your kids to have the best and to be happy.
really, you need to go on another vacation? You need to do this? You gotta, yeah. How many Broadway shows do your kids need to see?
That
get a lot
I
of
don't do.
That's
I don't,
good,
No,
yeah.
no. And the grandson, he doesn't want to hear anything from
No.
anybody. It's 15.
No, mine getting there too.
Oh boy.
It's funny. My 11-year-old's there more than my 14-year-old, but it
Really?
is. Oh yeah, yeah. It's
But
just-
I understand that they grow out of this. It's such a long time ago for me, but I don't remember how I was.
I was pretty bad. I was a difficult
Were you?
teenager. Yeah, I was. I wasn't cruel or fighty as much, but I got into trouble and did stuff like that.
I remember being rude to my father.
I was too afraid of my father to be rude to
Yeah,
him.
no, I wasn't afraid of either one of them.
No. And did they take that?
My father, he was all right. My father was it was typical of that generation to basically ignore their children,
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
I was not ignored.
and then he'd say something like, don't go to the park at night.
Good advice.
And another time, maybe I told you this already, some guy, an older guy like his generation, was coming on to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that guy, blah, blah, I was, really? Next thing I know, the guy walked right past me.
I bet.
Because he told him what for.
Yeah.
So he was protective in a kind of a subversive way.
Like detached protective.
Yeah, but he was being a father. I didn't appreciate it at
Right.
the time.
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I got another hot topic.
Okay.
Jack White, who is a singer and songwriter, did an interview recently and said that he finds it boring that someone like Taylor Swift writes about herself and her relationships in her songs.
Yeah, why?
He said, if he'd had a really interesting day, it's something I've already lived through, and I don't feel the need to relive it every time I sing a song. If it's something really painful, I'm not going to put out this important, painful thing that I went through for some idiot on the internet to stomp all over. That's interesting.
Who is this guy?
Jack White, who's a singer of the White Stripes and a very successful
see.
musician.
Why does he feel the need to critique Taylor Swift.
I don't know, but I guess my question for you is, as a playwright, I have to imagine you don't agree with that, because you take other people's stories, but do you take your own personal?
Yes, they're mostly my stories. I don't take other people's stories.
I thought you interview people and get their stories.
My first ex-husband, yes. Oh, absolutely. That's everybody tells me their story, and then I make it into a monologue.
Right.
But my other plays, Bonkers in the Burrows, which we're going to be doing, by the way, at the end of the summer at the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor.
Wow.
And that one is 5 different plays. Each one takes place in different borough.
Yes.
That's all my...
I've seen that one, and it's very funny.
Thank you. But that's all my experience in growing up in New York City. And those are my stories. But my first ex-husband, by the way, which is going to be in Boston at the end of March, go to myfirstexhusband.com for tickets if you're listening in Boston.
Yes.
Those are interesting monologues. That, you know how that started?
No, I'm just picturing someday there'll be a tombstone that says, "Go to my first ex-husband for tickets."
Go to my first.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Listen, I have to promote. You want me here, right?
I do. No, this is the give and take. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was saying that the way that came about was with girls talking to each other. So my girlfriend, I won't say her name because they're all anonymous. Anyway, she died since, but she and I started talking about our divorces. And we were laughing and having a good time about it because we had perspective. And I said to her, you know what? I'm going to tape you and let's see what happens. She told me the whole story, and she happened to be funny herself. When I transcribed it, I said, there's gold in them there hills. You know, and then I asked another one and another one until I got really...
Did she die before she saw it?
Yes.
No, it's too bad.
I know.
Yeah.
It took me years to get this together.
Yeah.
These things don't happen overnight.
No, I understand. It's quite an accomplishment to be able to do it. But it's interesting because I've heard you talk about your first marriage and say that it wasn't particularly acrimonious, and there's not a lot there to mine from.
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
But, you know, the thing about it is that if I was interviewed by somebody about it, I probably would be apt to tell you more interesting things.
Right.
When I'm searching my memory for it, it comes out flat.
Yeah, you don't generally dwell on the past anyway that much. So.
But it comes out flat when I try to write it.
Right.
I have to talk about these people who talk to me. They didn't think that their divorce was anything until I got a hold of it.
Until you got it with an analytical comedian's mind, and then it becomes a different thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this topic is about relationships. Jennifer Lopez said to a crowd she was performing for recently, she said, "You know what, guys? I'm going to tell you a little secret. Women don't need much. All we need from you is a little bit of sugar. That's it. You give us a little bit of sugar, sweetness, kindness, and we will give you so much in return." Before I ask you if you agree with that, I'm going to call but you go ahead.
Well, you know,
just a little sugar, a little sugar.
Too much of sugar makes you a diabetic.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
But a little bit of sugar, meaning
that's all. Just a little sweetness, and a woman will give you everything. Agreed.
Yeah, no.
Agreed.
They have to give you support.
I'm the damn candy man.
Well, you give a lot. You give a lot.
I do.
You do.
Yes.
I can tell by the way you talk about your marriage that you give a lot.
Yes. But you side with Heather always when I tell you the stories. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But like my husband, very supportive guy. My first husband was too.
Yes.
I don't marry men who are competitive with me or jealous in any way. They're both very supportive. And also they're helpful. My husband's very helpful around the house. He doesn't look at a woman and say it's her job to clean up.
Yeah.
You know, we need that. We need somebody who sees the marriage as a partnership.
Well, I mean, I think that's right. And then again, Jennifer Lopez, one of the most beautiful women on the planet, extremely talented, a wonderful guest on this show.
Yeah.
However, it does not strike me as particularly low maintenance as a wife and girlfriend. I mean, the idea that she just needs a little sugar and she's good to go.
Well, she might be. You know, this is a woman. She has her own career.
Yes.
She probably has her own record company or some kind of thing that
she's doing quite well.
You know,
yes.
And so she's a woman, a very highly accomplished woman.
Yes.
So all she needs from a man, she has money. She doesn't need him to clean up.
She just needs to be told
She
sweet
just
things.
needs to be told, Jennifer, you are so beautiful tonight.
Is that hard for her to find? Do you believe that? Do you think she's struggling to find men that are doing that?
Sometimes men are intimidated by somebody like her, too.
I suppose.
And maybe she needs somebody who's got his own thing who can also be romantic. I don't know. I don't know her.
What's the key to wooing you when you were single? Was it
to wooing me when I was single?
Yeah. Was it sweetness? Was it gifts? Was it?
No gift. I don't care about gifts. Although I always get flowers on Valentine's Day and birthday. But to me, it's a sexual attraction.
Okay, well, there you go. I mean, honestly, but
That was very important to me.
yeah, so it's not just needing a little sugar. You needed a little
Well,
spice.
I would consider that the sugar.
Yeah, that's more the spice. But yeah,
All
I
right.
get you. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, I have to have that the physical attraction to
Right.
somebody. I can't be with somebody that I'm not physically attracted to.
Yeah, so for you, it's not a good sense of humor doesn't cut it.
But that too.
Right. You need both, though.
I have to have both.
Yeah.
I have to have both.
That's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
although you've talked about, I think for you,
Yeah,
you're attracted to people that are funny sexually.
I do.
Yeah, like you've talked about your how you find Larry David a very attractive
I
man.
always said Larry David is sexy, and everybody says, "Oh, come on, right? He's cute."
Okay.
To me, he's hot.
Yeah,
Listen, I think, but there's a limit.
right.
He happens to be physically like my father,
Okay. Oh,
and
interesting.
that's part of the attraction.
Yes.
Tall and skinny.
Yes. He would also probably keep you at arm's length in a relationship.
He'd be hard to be married to.
Yeah.
You know, when I had a show on Way Off Broadway, it was called. He was my head writer.
Right.
And he would come to my apartment, and we would write stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun to hang with him. But he'd talk about his women issues, and I realized where he was at.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Not for you.
It was not going to be for me. Also, he's a comedian. I'm a comedian. It doesn't work.
No.
You need the yin and the yang.
Right. You need Cheryl Hines.
Yeah,
go with Larry David.
exactly.
Yeah,
well,
there
I
you
think,
go.
well, she wasn't really
the
married to
character,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Susie Essman, for instance,
Yeah.
she's not married to a comedian. She
No.
gets along great with him.
Do we know any comedians that are married that works
Well,
for?
I know Sarah Silverman used to like to go out with a lot of comedians.
Yeah, she's with someone I know.
Who's she with?
Rory, a head writer and executive producer. He works for Jimmy Kimmel now.
Yeah, but he's not a comic.
I think he does some
But he's in the industry.
yeah,
He
but
has his
he's
own-
also done some stand-up. He's a very funny guy and has a similar sensibility.
But that's true. That's
Yeah.
great. But he also has a gig that is not just.
He's not. Yes, 100%. 100%. There was like 5 minutes where Heather almost worked at the same job as me.
Really?
Yeah, when we were married.
You're kidding.
It was an opening at Letterman when I was there,
Oh,
and she interviewed
and what
for
happened?
it. She didn't get it.
Oh, too bad.
yeah,
That would have been good.
I don't know. That's tough, I think. But she
To
would have been
work-
great at it.
To
but-
work with your wife?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
All day long with the same person, there's nothing to come home to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even now, it's a struggle. All right. Thank you for joining me today, Joy. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Sheryl Underwood here on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think we might get into that talk stuff a little bit more. I
Talk
think
about it,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
there's some more stuff to talk to. So tune in for that, and we'll see you then.